Hello.
Hello.
It'll be a normal beginning today.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm somewhat subdued today, so.
Welcome to Two Tangled Skeins. I'm Sue, also known as Crafty Knitter 7. This is episode 168, and I would like to welcome new and returning viewers.
I'm Lynne, also known as Toll Baby. Sorry, fix this. You can find us on our blog at twotangleskeins.com. You can also find us on Facebook, YouTube, our Ravelry group, Instagram, and Twitter. She wrote them all down this week.
Look at me! Sorry,
Did you do the date thing?
Huh?
Did you do the date thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, no. Did I? It's
don't
July
think you did.
23rd.
That's episode 168.
I did say that part.
Okay,
I swear.
I'm having a bad day. So what'd you do this week?
Worked and worked and worked. Took the afternoon off yesterday for my daughter. One more week and I'm on 2 weeks vacation. So what did you find out this week?
My vacation's over because I got a job.
Aw, muffin!
Elizabeth was saying, I went out to lunch with my friend Elizabeth on Thursday, and she was saying, well, now you can treat from now until when you start your job as vacation time.
Which is
Yes.
Wednesday next week.
Except that I have to do a lot of laundry and prep work and stuff because I want to start prepping my lunches ahead of time.
And, you know, you
That
need your
sort of
working
thing.
clothes ready and...
Well, they are. I
Okay.
just need to do the rest of the laundry. Like for everybody else who lives in my house.
Can your son not do his own laundry?
Hypothetically? It's never happened.
I would like my son to do laundry.
Yeah.
18-year-old, just saying. I'm like, dude.
Yeah. They both know how to use the washer
If your
and dryer.
girlfriend's coming
but-
over next week, you might want to wash some clothes.
Yeah.
Sean said it's an age thing.
I don't know.
I don't know.
When I was 18, I was living on my own and doing my own laundry in a laundromat, so...
I knew how to do laundry when I was 12.
My mother wouldn't let anybody, like, to this day, my dad is not allowed to use the washer and dryer in my mom's house.
Family of 5, we all had duties. Mine was cooking after school and laundry.
Oh.
So, this is a knitting show.
I'm
So,
gonna
oh,
sit a
by the
little
way,
bit
where are you
forward
going to
right
work? Tell people where you're going to work.
now. Her office, and she didn't know. Not on the same floor, but
No.
for her organization.
Yeah.
And Selma's. So, yeah,
So, triple trouble.
it'll be the three amigos at
And
lunchtime.
Sean's like, are you going to get any work done? No,
Yes, we are.
Now you're going to be chatting with 2 people.
No, I'm going to behave myself and only see you guys on lunchtimes. When you're available.
No, I meant
when
chatting
we're
on
all
the
available.
messenger thing.
Oh.
I can't find the socks I was knitting for Ashley.
I'm easily distracted, so don't expect me to respond very
Sorry.
quickly to messenger stuff.
That's not what I want.
Plus, I imagine I'm going to have a steep learning curve when I get there on Wednesday, so. Ironically, I'm also going to be working in the same building as my ex-husband, so.
Don't stare at my butt.
Why not?
I swear. Sorry, I need to find something to knit on and I'm like freaking out. That's not
Now everybody's staring at your butt.
Yep. Isn't it awesome? I give up. I don't know where it is.
Sorry. I had to.
What'd you do?
I turned the camera to look at your butt.
I'll be over here.
Had you not said anything, I wouldn't have.
And I just knocked the soft walkers down. That's not... Never mind.
She doesn't have anything to knit on. Here, wind a ball.
Go ahead. So, knitting. You have faux? Because...
I have a faux. I have a faux. I have a faux. I have a faux. It's not the big faux, but I finished my Abigail shawl. So grab your end and stretch. Nope, this way. Here we go. This is the Abigail shawl by Rachel Paulsell of Night Owl Fibers. I love this shawl design. The sections are small enough that they keep, like, you don't get bored.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to say I'm not a fan of picot edging. This was my first time doing picot, and apparently I suck at it.
That will never happen over here. Ever.
Apparently I'm really bad at it. Because I kept ending up with these extra loops behind all the like, you can just barely see it, but there's these little loops that stick out at the back because I don't know why. But, yeah, I'm not...
there.
I was not very good at it. So this is where I was the last time you saw the shawl. So I finished the last... Wow. Yeah, I finished the last 6 sections. And it took me 3 days to do the picot bind off.
There's a reason.
Because I kept putting it down and going, yeah, I'm done with that for today. And then picking it up again. And putting it down.
Well, didn't Andrea do it all in one go?
Yeah. And it took her hours. And I was just like, nope.
Don't have hours.
So it's a gorgeous, gorgeous shawl. And I love it. And it's super squishy too because I used Bittersweet Woolery Guilty Pleasures in the Ash on My Tongue colorway. So squishy. This was my first skein of Bittersweet Woolery. And it had to be something special. And I think I found it. So it's going to be a very small shawl. Like a shawlette type of thing. It will stretch out fairly good vertically.
Yeah, it'll be a nice little
There's
kerchief.
a good vertical stretch. But it doesn't stretch a lot this way.
Would your daughter wear that? Or you
If you think I'm
I
giving
started
her
talking
any
I'm
more
going,
nice knitting.
She's gonna tell me no.
Yeah, no. Sky cannot have this.
So it'll just go in your...
It may find its way to a worthy recipient. It may stay with me. I'm not sure yet. But it's squishy and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So, look up the Abigail shawl. It's spelled differently. It's the Abigail, Gale, not Gail. By Rachel Paulsell. She is Little Knits 1997 on Ravelry, I believe. Little Knits? No?
I think so.
I think I'm right. But she's also Night Owl Fibers, so if you have not checked out Night Owl Fibers, you need to go see. And it is a fantastic pattern. It was so easy. No mistakes in the pattern. It was very, very simple. I think this would be a good beginner shawl for someone. Is it charted or is it written out? I think it's written out.
I don't remember.
I don't remember because I don't have it in front. No, it's written out row by row. So it's a written pattern. It's not a charted pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think at some point she has a little teeny chart of what just one repeat of the pattern. And
nothing.
That was done
right
on a 4mm needle, which is a size US 6, which I have now liberated and can start my mama vertebrae.
What are you knitting that in?
Barocco Comfort DK.
Is that acrylic?
Yes.
Are you not worrying about not being able to block it?
No.
Okay. I'm done asking questions.
I have all this yarn to get rid of. And I need to start knitting faster. So, I'm very happy with my faux. Thank you, Rachel. It was a beautiful pattern. And I love it. Even though there was picot. I didn't have to do the picot. I could have skipped the picot, but I did it anyway. Because I learned a new skill. It's a skill I'm not particularly talented at. But I can do it now.
Would rather just keep skipping, because nope.
It's actually rather relaxing to do.
Okay.
But I was getting frustrated about all the little extra loops. And I couldn't... there was one point where I dropped a stitch, and when I picked it back up again, my picot was flat. And I was like, I'm not ripping back. Nobody's going to be looking at the picots. So I was not, well, other than Sue, but who cares what she thinks? If you're going to bust my balls over the picots.
You're going to be in a car with me for 14 hours, and your
I know.
son's not going to help me.
But I'm going to be driving.
Yeah, I know. I was like...
my son will be helping me because I am his Pokemon data provider.
Oh. Well, so... What did we say? Oh, I'm like, do you want to take my car? And she's like, well, you don't have roadside. I'm like, I do. It's the new car. And she's like, no, I want to drive.
Yeah, pretty much. I do not want to be in a car that I'm not going to be the driver. So.
And she's done this trip. You probably lost count.
Yeah, I have. I've been doing this trip for 12 years. I've lost count. Because, yes, Rob and I have only been together officially for 6 years, but we dated briefly 12 years ago. Or 10 years ago, because he was there for my 30th birthday and taught me to drive when I was 30. And then we stayed friends while we were both with other people, and then we got back together. So I've been doing this drive for a really long time. I have to admit, the fact that the last time my drive back was like perfect really helped. Because
what do you mean perfect?
There was no delays, there was no You know, it was quick. It was easy. I didn't feel tired.
There
it
was
was
no
fantastic.
Downpours of the sky.
No, I wasn't nearly run off the road by a truck that blinded me. And yeah, the drive before, not so good. So yeah, it was helpful that the last drive home was uneventful and perfect and kind of awesome. So I'm kind of willing to do it again. Last year when we came back from Stitches, I was not so sure I was willing to do it again. Much as I love them. So what you knitting on?
Shush. They can't see it. Be quiet. I'll just move this over here.
Well, no, because now you need to show it.
Okay.
Would you like me to wait till you're done a row?
No, because I'm picking up stitches.
Oh.
Everything I have touched this week, I have had to frog back. Ashley's shawl, I'm on the color work. Do you think I can get it right? No. I've pulled it back 6 times. Now I'm pulling the socks back. This is the 3rd time because, you know, fish lips kiss heel. I think I know it, but I don't.
The Kitty heel?
Yep. So these are the Boba Fett socks, and it's the color of the yarn, so that's why I called them that. They're for Sean. And I did something different this time. I did...
Oh, the colors look so pretty.
Yeah, I did 5-row knits, 5-row ribbing. 5-row knit, 5-row ribbing. And then when I get to the leg, he wants all ribbing. So, he still needs
it. Is that the first sock?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
No. This heel's done.
Oh, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, because I do the heels on separate needles, and then I put them back on. So this heel is done. And I got...
Now you just need to remember what you did to that one.
Yeah, so I got from where the stitch marker is. And this is on a size 2.75 millimeter. And I basically use Kate Atherley's basic sock pattern as a guide.
And that's a US 2.
Yes. Sorry.
Nice manicure.
Thank you. Well, I painted those. My daughter painted those.
I can't even reach my toes. That's never going to happen.
The other thing I'm knitting on, and oh man, did I have a lot done.
Oh, there it is.
This is the Plume by Lisa Much.
Aww.
Yeah, I literally was up to here. And I noticed mistakes that I couldn't. Because I was like, I was showing Sean, I'm like, oh, I can just keep knitting, right? He's like, can you? And I'm like,
he knows you.
He's like, you know what? Rip it out. I'm like, oh man. So this is how much I've got done. And it's basically at lunchtime at work.
Crochet hook too.
So, Plume by Lisa Much. That's what it looks like there. And I will show you a better picture. I love this picture. So it's a 2-color shawl. And I am knitting it out of Julie Aslan, sorry. Lazu fingering in the birch colorway. So it's a beautiful grays heathered.
Oh.
And the other one I'm using is Ancient Arts yarn in the Inuit. Yes.
Okay.
Inuit colorway.
Inuit art.
Sorry. So he's pretty, and that is being knit on 4 millimeters. Just want to show. So that's the label for Julie. I like her labels. They're simple. And that's the one for Ancient Arts. I'm going to keep the labels in the bag. And the other thing I'm knitting, which I had to frog back as well.
You haven't mentioned any of your bags.
Oh, my bags. So, Yarntasia. Because socks for hubby that are green. He's Irish bag. This is from Dear Ambelina, who was my bag swap partner.
It's sunflowers.
And this one is by me.
Ooh, that's nice and stiff.
Mm-hmm. She did a really good job for, like, first time making bags. So, okay, the only other thing I have is my Riley Rose shawl, which is by Jennifer Lassonde, who is Boston Jen, and she basically named this after her niece, who is so cute. So
she's also the Downseller Studio podcast.
Yeah, so that's it there. And she gifted it to me, Lynn, and Selma, and we're giving a copy away. So we'll have that at the end of the podcast. We'll give you a prompt or something. Go.
Well, I'm going to start with the blanket so I can start working on it. Because I can't do anything right now. So I have made a little bit of progress on the blankie. Not a lot. Just a little bit. Because I was determined that I was going to finish that shawl. So this is the Ruby Hexagon blanket by Nova Seals.
I just love the purple showing up. Actual purple.
So is the teal.
I know.
No, the teal is not showing up actual purple. It's showing up actual teal. You know what I meant!
Shush!
It's out of Knit Picks Bravo worsted in the Freesia, Marina, Tranquil, and Dove Grey Heather colorways. And it is on a G-hook, which is a 4mm.
I just love how the gray, it kind
offsets
of,
it all.
It completes it.
Like yeah, my mom wasn't sure at first. She was like, "Let's gonna make it so blah," but then she saw it and she was like, "No, it's not blah."
It's like when you were doing the blanket, putting gray around it, just the other blanket square.
Yep.
It just didn't do it, and then you did this, and it was like, oh,
yeah,
good decision.
This was what the yarn was meant to do.
Yep.
So that's what I've been working on, mainly. I'm not gonna push on the other projects I'm working on right now. I'm going to really do a push on this because I want to finish it as soon as possible. And now my knitting time is going to be drastically reduced. Excuse me.
Because, work.
Yes, I'm only going to have lunch hours to work on and then after work. So not a lot. Although I will confess that I've not been doing a lot of knitting during the day.
Okay.
Because it's so damn hot.
You don't have air conditioning?
I have an air conditioner.
Oh.
In one room.
Which room?
The dining room.
And it doesn't cool the whole apartment?
No.
Oh.
It doesn't even cool the living room. Yeah.
Yeah, I was lucky at my apartment that I lived in before we moved here. We put up air conditioners in all the bedrooms. And the bedrooms face the stairs. So
part of my problem is also that all the bedroom doors stay closed. Because my cats are jerks. And will pee on things. So, one of my cats is a jerk and will pee on things. Although the other cat knocked over the litter box twice this week.
How do you knock over a litter box?
I bought a new cheap one, like those little $6 ones that you can get at the grocery store, just because they had ruined the old one.
Okay.
And, it was old. And, so I bought this new... What are you doing?
I'm pulling the heel out because I'm lost, so just keep talking.
Frocking going on live. Except we're not live.
Did you see how many projects I'm going to frog in
yes,
the thread?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Frog party.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was... I don't even remember what I was talking about now. My knitting time being drastically reduced.
Time, yes.
And the fact that, I can't have... The apartment is very... When you walk into the apartment, you come downstairs, and there's the living room, and then you walk into the kitchen and dining room to either side, and then you walk down this long hallway, and you've got bathroom and bedrooms. So, it cools down the dining room and the kitchen.
Excuse me.
Does not do much for the dining room, and it doesn't do anything for the rest of the apartment because all the doors are closed. Because George is a jerk. But yeah, the other day... Our landlord is trying to sell the building, and he had somebody coming to see the building. Like, he wanted to see all the units. So, an hour before the guy walks into my apartment, my cat knocks over the litter box and spreads it all down the hallway. When he walked in, he says, "It smells a bit catty in here." And I said, "Yes, I'm very sorry. My cat knocked over the litter box, and we haven't had time to wash the floor yet." Sure, that made a great first impression. But anyway, so that's the first one I'm working on, and that lives in my gorgeous freckled whimsy bag that last night at knit night, one of my friends who's sort of an what would you call that? She likes bugs. She's a beekeeper, so she actually loves all kinds of bugs, but she's particularly fond of bees. But she looked at this bag and went, "Where did you get it? I have to have one."
Mm-hmm.
So, who's Freckled Whimsy again? What's her name?
Carrie Lynn.
Right. I'm sorry. I get really confused with people's names and shop names and stuff. So, Carrie Lynn, take note. If you can make another one of these, I gotta buy her for you.
Yep.
And then when I finished the Abigail, I decided to put a square into my blanket right away. So this is my Guilty Pleasures, my Bittersweet Woolery Guilty Pleasures in the Ash on Your Tongue colorway. I added one square. Whoopee. I did it last night. So that's the only work that the big blanket has seen. And I'm really looking forward to working on this some more after I'm finished the other blanket, because I have so many minis.
Yeah.
All the minis!
Mini overload with all the swaps and people sending packages.
And I had this much left from the Abigail, so I'm kind of kicking myself because I would have had enough yarn to do another lace section.
I say rip out the picot and
No, I no. No.
And don't do a picot.
If I'm going to rip it out, I'm going to rip... I don't rip out pieces of things after they're finished. I will either rip the whole thing out and knit something else with it. Mm-hmm. But I'm happy with the way it turned out, so I'm going to leave it the way it is. But I was going to say, if you make me rip it out and have do more, then you won't get a mini out of this.
Never mind.
Because this is what I got left.
Forget about it.
It's about 20 grams. I definitely would have had enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, people will get minis.
And that's such a different color mini, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, it's funny because I have two. They're not from the same ball of yarn either. I've got the Guilty Pleasures, but I've got another gray one that's fairly similar. It's over here somewhere. There, I've got this one. Well, there you go. I've got three. That one's just plain gray.
Okay.
Well, it's a gray. It was a patterned sock yarn, but I've got this one that's almost identical. It just has a little less black in it. But yeah, I've got quite a few grays because I like gray, and so yeah, it was kind of funny. So it's like, oh, I've got another one over here. But yeah. Mm-hmm. And that lives in my beautiful sunflower bag with about a third of my minis. This bag is full of minis.
My Awesome Granny bag is overflowing.
My Awesome Granny bag, I was starting to strain the zipper. So that's why I stopped stuffing minis in there. So I've got that one. I've got a smaller...
And those bags are huge.
Yeah, it's
bigger than that. Well,
it's about the same size. And I have another smaller sock size bag stuffed with minis. So I have a lot of minis to add to the blanket. I need to get to work. But since my blanket doesn't really have a deadline, and this one does, this one's been getting all the love. And the other thing I worked on this week, in my beautiful Andrea Marvel bag, which everybody still wants from me. My son was like, Mom, you're not that into comic books anymore, are you? And I was like, don't touch my bag.
People need to start making Pokemon bags.
Oh, Lord. I would not... I don't think I would buy a Pokemon bag.
I went for the walk with the dogs yesterday with Sean, and he's like, bring your phone. I'm like, okay. I got 3 around the whole block, and it was like, I got a lot of Pokeballs.
Well, that's a good thing, because I'm out of Pokeballs. I have to go on a Pokestop run.
There's a Pokestop right in the driveway of the parking lot.
Okay. Because, yeah, there are 5 or 6 Pokestops around my house, but it's a 2.5 mile walk to do the whole loop. So to get to all of them.
There's really nothing around here.
Yeah, Quebec is not... I imagine it's better in Montreal, in a big city, but it's not that great where we are. If we cross the river into Ottawa, though, Pokestops everywhere.
Yeah, so, speaking of Pokemon, I was saying it wrong yesterday. I got corrected. I was saying Pokemon. And he's like, no.
Pokemon.
Like, Pokemon. So, speaking of...
What's wrong with you? Didn't your kids watch TV?
Yes. So, speaking of Pokemon, in the first 11 days of the month, even though Pokemon wasn't in Canada, my son was playing it.
Yeah.
Guess what?
He got banned?
No. He got banned from data. He was up to 10 gigs in the first 11 days.
How? Zach and I go for walks together, and I'm his mobile hotspot. We never use more than 10 megs at a time.
I don't know what else he was doing, but basically I called...
It wasn't just Pokemon.
No, I called the phone company, and I said, you need to
suspend his data
Suspend his data, and I will decide if and when he gets it back. And the thing is, I couldn't tell what he was using because he doesn't clear his data every month, whereas my phone, it clears my data.
Yeah. See, my son doesn't have data on his phone. He's 17, and we have proven a few times in the past that my kids are not ready to have free access to data. Mm-hmm. I only get 4 gigs a month. So what I've been doing is I've been going for walks with him and acting as a mobile hotspot for him. And doing that, we only use like 10 megs per walk.
I don't know.
I don't know what. I doubt it was playing Pokemon. Unless he was going to gyms and battling for like hours every night. But yeah.
And it also was a knockoff.
I don't know.
So, I don't know.
So anyway, back to knitting. Because I'm sure everybody really cares about our Pokemon adventures. I got the game because my son wanted me to go out with him. So,
and apparently she's going to go to Knit Night a lot more.
Knit Night has Pokestops all over it. The one in Ottawa. So anyway, I got 5 more teeth done on my Hitchhiker. So it's the dragon tail's gotten a little bit bigger. It's very floppy now. So this is the Hitchhiker by Martina Beam. It is out of My Color Wheelhouse Everyday Socks in the Arctic Kiwi Gradient colorway. And I'm loving this yarn. It is so fun to knit with. Sue's still kicking herself.
I was being nice and going out of my comfort zone. What the heck was I thinking? Oh. Shut up.
Wait till it gets into the darker green. You won't like it so much anymore.
Okay.
But really, like, it's one long gradient, so I'm really having fun with this. I feel like it's kind of like my acid Hitchhiker.
Oh. While you're here today, I need help with my Marco Polo so I can knit on it.
Okay.
During the drive.
Okay. So, yeah, I think this is going to be my nuclear waste Hitchhiker, because it really reminds... Oh, sorry.
I'd like to keep my eyes on my nose, please.
So...
I offered you circulars.
I know, but I'm going to need the entire length of the straight by the time I'm done. And, yeah, my straights are super crooked, because these are really, really thin ones, and they bend very easily. They're aluminum.
What size are they?
3mm.
You want me to check mine?
Nah. I'll bend whatever I use, so I'll just use these.
You're so strong.
These came... Well, they're freaking aluminum.
No. Bendy.
Seriously, I could bend one in half without even thinking about it. But anyway, so these are done.
I want to see it.
No, because then I won't be able to knit with them.
I got needles.
3mm, which is US 2.5. Now I can put this away and stop talking about my knitting.
Well, is that it?
That's it.
Wow.
I had 3 whips and a faux. That's all I had.
You go, girl.
Until we get to stash.
Mm-hmm.
What's next?
Canada Cal?
Yep.
I am looking at the finished objects every day, and they're, oh my god, my queue's growing. Stop it. Stop making such nice stuff. You haven't looked yet, have you?
I don't tend to really look at the... I'm sorry.
Yeah. But you can participate.
Yeah, well.
Okay. But in someone else's.
I may not.
So I posted, what was it? Okay. Moira from the Knitting and Stitches podcast kind of had a epiphany when I said, I'm going to enter mine in other people's Canada Cows. And she was like, wait,
so
what?
Funny.
What? Oh.
We've been saying since the beginning that you can double, triple, quadruple. You can dip from one end of the ocean, one end of the country to the other. And she knew that, but it didn't occur to her that as somebody who was hosting on her own podcast, that she could participate in other people's podcasts.
I'm just glad other people are hosting because I can double and triple dip. So,
it was so
Moira,
funny.
We love you. And you'll probably see Selma in August.
Yeah.
Okay, so Canada Cal. And so it's hashtag Canada Cal 2016 on Instagram. I want to mention again the Lisa along, so Lisa Much Patterns, in the Knitting at Tiffany's podcast with Crafty, who is Tiffany, and Erin, who is Serafina, the owner of Bling Your String.
And there is a freebie today.
For
Lisa? Lisa Much.
There's
freebie.
Always freebies.
I don't know if I'll be able to get at it. Where are my groups? It was on the knitting pattern offers group.
Okay.
It is the not that Amabi pattern by Lisa Much. AMABIE.
Oh, that's the new one.
It's the brand new one. It's free today only.
Oh.
So go grab it on Ravelry. It's here. I'll see if I can show it to you guys.
Probably. I would show the big one. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn your phone sideways. Or not.
I just make the picture bigger. It is this one. It is a huge long shawl. And you can see the spelling there. So look that up. Oop, come on, stay in focus.
There we go.
That's the freebie today. So go grab that and join the Lisa along. And I just lost my crochet hook.
And if you want any other patterns for the Lisa along, there's an actual coupon code for 50% off. I think they mentioned it in the last podcast.
Oh, gee. Oh.
Because the whole point is I think they want people to watch the podcast to get the code.
I'm going to do this later.
What you gonna knit on?
Nothing.
Oh. Do your stash.
Sorry. I'm not having a good day.
Mm-hmm.
My girly bits hurt. I got stash.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy.
Pot calling kettle black, let's just say. Telling me not to buy anything because we're going to Stitches. And she bought something else.
Which they won't see till we're at Stitches.
It doesn't
because I had to ship to Rob's.
Matter. She wants crinkling. Yeah. So this was posted in our chat group. By the time I clicked on it, it was gone.
Oh, I made sure I bought it first this time. I'm not stupid.
Yeah,
I learned from my mistakes. The last time I posted something that I thought was really pretty, I posted it in the chat group, said, I'm going to buy this. When I went to buy it, it was gone. She bought both of them.
Because I bought one for Selma.
I was not impressed.
But she died more for you.
So this time, I bought it first. And then
by the time I got to the chat group,
I was talking about it
gone.
on the VKN, and the girls were like, okay, so let's see, what'd you buy? So I posted it in the chat group, and Sarah went, oh, mine, and bought it. And 15 minutes later, Sue says, there's none left. I said, no, Sarah bought it. But she does have it on other bases if you look in her shop.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this, and it's a local dyer. She's in Ottawa. So I knew I could get away with not having to pay postage, so that's why I bought it, because her yarn isn't expensive. Add on the postage and it tacks on an extra $12. So because I knew I was going to have to pay the postage, I was like, okay, I can afford that.
It's kind of the advantage of having dyers in the city.
Look at this. And it is showing up exactly true to
And really,
color.
Surprisingly, I can deal with that pink for some reason.
But look at this.
I know.
Isn't it
It's showing up
gorgeous?
like exactly.
I saw this, and I was like, mine. I have a skein from Brew City Yarns that's called Rainbow Dash, and it's similar colors, but it's not this vivid. It is, I mean, this is amazing. And it's burgundy, that's the dark color. So it really offsets the pink really well. I love it so much.
How much do you love it?
I've been taking it out and petting it every day.
Has it been called George?
No, because George is a jerk.
Right.
George is my cat, my female cat, and she's a jerk. This is Merino 8-ply squishy sock by Loghouse Cottage, who is here. Well, she's just outside of Ottawa, but she goes to the big farmers market in Ottawa every weekend.
It's Shelley.
And the colorway is The Music Bleeds to Color. And oh yes, it does. So Sarah, see how good it looks in the skein? Because Sarah hasn't gotten hers yet. She'll get it when we head to Stitches. We're going to stop off at her place on the way down. So pretty. That's my stash.
Mm-hmm. So the stash I got is not yarn related at all. I went to Michael's because I was needing a shopping therapy. And I got some fabrics because it's the $1.09.
couldn't expect me to be serious through the whole episode, could you?
Oh god. Okay, so I got some fabric and it's $1.99 at Michael's. So I got these to put together. Oopsie. There. So I got these to put together. So those are little white dots on the green. And then I got these to put together. Freaking awesome. These are going to become those handle bags that I made Selma for her birthday. You want a handle one?
I don't remember.
You basically put your arm in it. It's just a whole bag over top. Anyway, so I got those. Then I got some little beads that I'm going to turn into stitch markers.
Rainbows.
I can't stop from shaking.
Okay. Okay, you have 2 purple ones.
Yeah, there's 2 of each. So,
Rainbowy.
Yep. And then, of course, I went into the $1.50 bin and got just some plain cards that I can decorate for those times when you want to do that. I was going to get a pack of 3 of the ones you can color yourself. It's too expensive. I was like, nope. And I got some. So, they're, what do you call those? Post-its. And then some other kinds of paper and stickers right here to go in my agenda that I bought. Bought this little notebook because I'm going to use...
I almost bought that one.
I'm going to use it for something special, which I will mention a little bit later. And then the pièce de résistance. I colored this myself.
You speak French. How the hell could you butcher that like that?
The pièce de résistance. So I got this calendar. It's an 18-month planner, and you can color the top. So that's what I did after I drove my daughter to work at 5 a.m. yesterday.
Good Lord, that's bright.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm doing the other side now. Yeah, and I bought a set of markers too. So I thought I was going to get there's a 50% off coupon at Michael's till the 28th, and I'm like, oh great, I'll use it for this. No, it was already on sale. I got money off of a $4 item.
That happened to me the other day.
So that...
I went in to buy something, but it was already on sale, so I was like, well, I'm not going to waste the coupon.
Well, I didn't realize it until we got to the cash, and I'm just like, oh. But it's good till the 28th, so you can go back. You okay?
I burned my lip with pizza yesterday.
I have a bunch of podcasts that I want to mention that basically I watch these religiously. So a new one, newer to me, is The Knitting Type with Sarah. And she is the knitting type on Ravelry. The Cat Lady podcast with our friend Andrea. The Uncreative Crafter with Jen, who is Storm Coast.
Hi, Stormy.
The After Hours Knitting, which has got 4 of our friends, which is Sarah, who is True Canuck Girl, Tanya, who is Celestia22, Brandy, who is brand new to podcasting, and so is Tanya, Eat My Yarns, and Amanda, who is Little Panda 518, and she used to have the Stitching You and More podcast.
Although you wouldn't know that they're new addicts. They're really good.
Yeah. That's the reason we've been telling them to do it. So it's live on Saturdays. They post it on Instagram, and you basically click on the link, and it's a YouTube thing, right?
Yep, it's a live YouTube.
And you can
feed.
write questions, and somebody's monitoring.
Well, no, they'll answer questions at the end of the episode, but you can Tanya will chat with you while they're recording because she's chatting while everybody else is talking. Yeah. But it's a lot of fun. I don't know if she's going to be on this week because she's visiting her boyfriend in Virginia right now.
Oh, right. She just arrived, didn't she?
Last night.
Yeah. So we have Mandy Pinecone Crafts, and that's our friend Mandy, who is Mandy Pinecone. The Gay Knitters podcast, who is Michael Yellow ZX5.
Still sounds wrong.
I know.
Zed.
It's Zed.
Zed.
I'm saying it the proper way for you, Michael.
I know. I pick on him all the time.
Bookish Stitcher with Jeanette, who is the Bookish Stitcher on Ravelry, who I will be doing a yarn crawl with in October when I'm in San Antonio.
Everybody she's mentioned so far, except the Knitting Type, because I had not heard of that one. Those are also ones that I watch regularly.
Nerd Girl Knits with Chris, who is Genetics, and she's a geneticist.
Cool.
Yeah. And her daughter Katie, who is, that's supposed to say naughty nerd, not nudie nerd. Noot. And she just published a pattern, a sock pattern that she's had on the needles for 3 years, and it's called Evil Isn't Evil isn't made.
It's born.
Yes. Sorry.
It's an expression.
She is giving away a copy, so we'll have 2 giveaways posted this week. And then...
Yarngasm.
Yes, I'm not done yet.
I know. Well, I was trying to let you know where you were in the list.
Yarngasm with Kristen, who is Vine and she's the host of, and she's the dyer behind Vine Yarns. And Wool Gathering Collective. Man, I can't spell.
No, you can't.
No, with Meredith, who is Mirio Shop, and she's in New Brunswick. There used to be 2 people, but now she's taking it up on your own. And I know she is hosting Canada Cal.
So, in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from today, we are going to be hanging out at Stitches Midwest.
Yep.
Which is in Schaumburg, Illinois, outside of Chicago. So if you're in that area, in the Milwaukee or Chicago area, come on down. It's a lot of fun. We are going to be at the Podcaster Meetup on Saturday, August 6th at 1 o'clock. We're not sure where yet. But we will have a location. We'll let you know that next weekend. And it'll be posted on the Stitches Midwest board on Ravelry. Yep. So, come on by.
I just need the person who is an organizer to respond to me.
Yeah, they're really busy in the weeks ramping up to...
And we don't just want to say, let's all meet here, because unless we do it by the fireplace again, which is really...
Yeah. Because there's a lot of other people who are just hanging out by the fireplace, and it disturbs them, and they kind of get in our way.
Well, there's a restaurant there. Yeah. So
we'll see.
Yeah, because we did it in an actual classroom last time, but I found it was too restrictive with the tables.
Well, yeah, because we weren't allowed to move the tables or the chairs because there was a class coming in afterwards.
So it was just hard. I didn't get to see everybody.
Yeah.
So
well, that's because I just plopped myself down at a table and sat there for the whole thing because I was tired.
Yep. And so we thought this year to have it just outside the rooms. There's a big area, but then she's like, well, you better ask because you might be...
We might be disturbing classes in progress. I don't know. We'll see. Because there are classes that start at 1 p.m. So we'll see what happens. Coupon codes.
Yes, coupon codes. I will start with mine, the Tangled Skein CA. Coupon code is for the Canada Cal. It's 20% off, and it's Canada Cal 20, and it expires at the end of July, and I'll probably extend it.
6 Munchkin Stitching has an ongoing coupon code for 10% off. Yes, I can do it now. It's the word 2 Tangled 10.
And then we have Bags by Awesome Granny, the ongoing coupon code for 10% off, and it's the number 2. Shush. TS10.
I was going to say, stop knitting while you're talking. And apparently Sue has a new Etsy shop she wants to talk about.
You remember the triangle bag that Selma showed a couple weeks ago? Frog Peak Creations was the person, and she was posting stuff on Facebook, but she has reopened her shop as of last night. And so go on and see what she has. She has box bags, triangle bags, wedge bags, drawstring bags, and yarn.
I have 2 Etsy shops I want to mention.
Okay.
My friend Sarah, who is Rabbit Ribbit Lamb, has a bunch of new stitch markers in her shop. You should really go check them out. They're like gorgeous.
I've already bought 2.
And every now and then I'll post particular colors that people like in the VKN group, and they're like, oh, Brandy bought some because I showed purple ones, and she was like, oh, yoink. So, yeah. The other one I want to mention, I actually ordered a bag from her a couple of days ago, and you guys won't see it till we're at Stitches because I had it shipped to Rob's house. But Annie Pearl on Etsy, ANNIPURL, she has the most gorgeous fabrics. She's got some really, really beautiful bags. She sells them individually or in sets. She sells zippered bags. She sells drawstring bags. She's got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
You should really go check her out. She's got beautiful things.
There's one in there. I'm just like, I really, really want that. But...
I showed it to her before we started recording. She was like, ooh.
And then I'm like, pot calling the kettle black again, but yet.
Mine was really cheap though.
I have some.
It was
stuff.
on sale.
I have a few things going to Rob. Hi, Rob.
Oh, I forgot to mention that to him last night. I'll have to tell him today.
I'm gonna be there, and so he gets more mail for us than himself. I ordered some yarn off of Knit Picks because I want to make the sea salt cardigan, and now I'm regretting it because she's like, Stitches.
You could have gotten Knit Picks yarn at Stitches.
Well, I might cancel the order. And I have a gift for my husband going to Rob's. I actually wanted to buy him a huge, like, helicopter thing for Star Wars with over, like, 1,000 pieces. And it just wasn't cost prohibitive at this time. So then I saw this thing on Facebook, and it's basically all Star Wars, like the Death Star, the Millennium Falcon, the big robot thing. I don't know what that's called. It's all those, and they light up, and it's like 10 different colors. So I ordered him the Death Star.
How big is this thing? Okay.
I don't think it's very big.
Okay. Because you have to remember, there may only be 2 of us, but it still has to fit in my car.
Yes. I'll take it apart if I have to. And there was a third thing I was getting sent there.
Yarn, fiber, bags, supplies.
Oh, my stuff from Sarah is supposed to go there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think that's it. I don't know. So I might cancel that yarn and wait till we're at Stitches.
You may not. Yeah.
Anyhow. Yeah.
That's it?
It is. Still under an hour.
Woo! I know some of you guys really like the longer episodes, but they're a pain in the butt to edit. And if you want captions, they gotta be shorter episodes. Because I can't do the captions for an hour and a half.
Did
I
you
can't.
see the comments on YouTube? We didn't try to make a blooper. It just happened.
Yeah.
So,
Sue's really good at bloopers.
Yeah, really good at saying really weird things all the time because I speak. I don't think sometimes.
You know how you were saying last week?
I speak. I don't think sometimes. I whisper a lot. I'm sorry.
Last week she was like, "Man, I'm really quiet sometimes." Like, yeah, you are.
You and Selma are like loud.
Well, yeah, but we're usually closer to the microphone too.
True. So that's it. We will see you all next week. Oh, I had something else to say. Hang on. We will see you next week, but there will be 2 draws. The other thing I wanted to mention, why I got my little green notebook, is because I was watching a yarn dyeing course on Etsy from Sarah Erie, who was the owner of Cephalopod Yarns and the Verdant Griffin.
Well, she would know they were the Sanguine Griffin.
Sanguine Griffin, right.
And then they split off, and Verdant Griffin went her way, and Sarah opened Cephalopods.
And she doesn't dye anymore professionally, so she gave this class, and wow, she's a good teacher. Really good.
I know.
So I have my cart on the Jacquard website with Dharma and Jacquard dyes. Everything is there. I have the citric acid that I need. I haven't bought anything. I'm waiting for a pot that I want to go on sale. And I've been looking for bear yarn. Why are you shaking your head?
Yep.
Why?
Yep.
You can tell us.
No, it's alright.
She thinks I'm nuts.
Yep.
I'm going to dye a little bit and see if I like it.
And then she's going to get obsessed.
Me?
You can all see it coming, can't you?
I know not what you speak of.
Liar.
So, that's it.
Sue is a lying liar who lies.
Because, I took wire wrapping. I'm not addicted to that at all. What are you poking me with?
I'm hooking you.
Oh. We're going to go now.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.